Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. All right? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that. The 15th mystery of the tarot, the Devil card to start us out. I think that's a very good omen. Now, let's do the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I do this, I also want to say if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. All right, the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. A lot of air over here. A lot of air over there. We're going to do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Let's do Rider-Waite-Smith. It's a beloved deck. I don't use it as often as I should. So we're just going to give her a quick shuffle. And, well, we're not going to use that one. But maybe that one is significant. Okay. The mystery card can go over here. Now, what is this card that jumped right out at us? Well, this is a Two of Cups. So we're going to set this Two of Cups aside and see how it might be an underlying factor in all of this. Okay? So we're just going to set that right here. We won't forget about it. That's not the mystery card. The mystery card we're not going to look at until the end. But what we started out with is this devil energy. So, Leo, I feel like you are in a very ambitious, very hard-working energy right now. Okay? I think we're just going to go with both of these cards because these two major arcana cards are really fantastic together. This is telling me that you have the drive, you have the endurance, you have the sheer power, willpower, physical power to accomplish your goals. And you also have this Emperor energy. So I feel like you're in a leadership role this week. Okay. I feel like a large focus of your life is on this thing, whatever it may be, a business. Perhaps you're in charge of your department at work. You are running a company, running a business. You're trying to get a business kind of going, like a home business or your own creation. And I feel like you're the boss, okay? And I feel like this week is a bit of a challenge to your leadership in a way, okay? I don't know that there are other people challenging your leadership, but I feel like you're having some leadership woes this week, okay? And what I mean is, it almost seems as if you're struggling to actually lead people. It's just, what's that line from The Office where Ryan says, I want you to lead me when I'm in the mood to be led, right? And I think that's kind of the vibe that's going on around you, is you're in charge and you're doing everything right and you are building something. Right? You are building either a career, a future, literally building like a home or some structure. And the people around you just seem like they don't really want to be there in a way, right? They're not in the mood to be led, let's say. But you have everything going for you. You have this ambition, this strength, this power. You are in the position of leadership and you are trying to create this thing. Now, I don't know what you're working on. It feels to me that I don't know, because there's a lot of air energy over here, and I know this air energy really is trying to work through these conflicts with these other people, the people who you are trying to lead, right? But I feel like you're trying to maybe build a business or something. It feels like there is this kind of professional aspect to it. So I don't think it's something private. I don't think it's something like at home necessarily. It feels like it is more of a career, more of a larger professional kind of project. Okay. And I feel like in the last few readings for you, we've been talking a lot about leadership and the way that you really you take to these leadership roles. You do very well in leadership roles. You're a natural leader, you know. You have the energy, the ambition, the endurance, the enthusiasm. You've got this devil energy. You're really excited to be doing this. It's something that has tremendous meaning for you. And I think that's why we've got a Two of Cups here, because you look at the rest of these cards, there's no cups, there's no water energy. So we have to remember, and I think we should say this right off the bat, in all of these conflicts and all of this struggle to kind of get people to fall in line, right? Let's be honest. In all of this conflict and structure and organization and trying to get things moving, we have to remember this Two of Cups. We have to remember why we're doing all of this. What does this project mean to you? This is a project that's based on love and meaning. It has a tremendously solid purpose for you. Okay? So we need this Two of Cups as our foundation, because we could get lost in all of this air energy, for one. But then in all of this major arcana, we have fire down here, we've got some earth energy. All of that water could get lost. Okay, so we need to remember that it's there, and that's where we started, and that's why we're doing it. Now, I feel like in the recent past, we're going to come back to those major arcana. But in the recent past, we've got this Seven of Pentacles. This is telling me that perhaps your efforts in a particular direction didn't really lead to the results that you were anticipating. Okay? And something like this, not an utter failure, but a roadblock, a little hiccup, right? You went down a certain road, oh, that wasn't the right one, we better switch directions. And that happens, especially when you're the one in charge and you're building and you're trying to lead everyone and create a successful endeavor. This is an experience that we should learn from, right? We should take into account what happened, what did we do wrong, and we should correct it, and we should keep moving forward. What I think is going on here is that there's still a lesson that you need to learn about this event. And I feel like that's affecting your style of leadership. It's affecting the dynamic that you have with the people who you are trying to lead. Okay? So I almost feel like with these major arcana cards, we have these two are very, very powerful cards. And I almost feel like this is the sense of, this is like your confidence that might be getting a little bit expanded, a little bit inflated perhaps, right? Now I'm not trying to be insulting, so I hope that I'm not crossing the line here. What I'm trying to say is that we may be a little bit too confident in our abilities, in our leadership, in our style of doing this work. We may need a little dose of humility, right? We may need a little toning down of our confidence. Okay? I feel like with these two cards, this is the real sense that I'm doing everything perfectly. I am right on track. I don't need to change anything. I don't need, like, that you already have everything that you could possibly need, right? But that is discounting any kind of experience or learning or opportunity for growth that we might have had with this Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like that Seven of Pentacles happened and you just swept it away, out of sight, out of mind. Don't need to even focus on that. Just keep going and ignore the fact that that happened. Well, there's a lesson in there for you, right? There's something that we need to understand about why that happened, not just in a practical, literal sense, but as a way to remind ourselves, and that's why I think we've got this Knight of Swords up here at the top, remind ourselves that we still have growing to do, right? Again, I'm not trying to be insulting or to question your abilities or your leadership skills. I think you're top notch. I think no matter how good we get at our jobs, there's always room for growth. We always need a little ounce of humility so that we can continue to get better, to push our own boundaries, to push the limits of our own being, our own energy, right? This perceived perfection that we have now, this devil energy, this emperor energy, it's a feeling like we are on top of the world, we could do anything we want, nothing can stop us, and that's a very useful attitude, for sure. That is good energy to have. We also need to learn from this magician, this Mercury energy, which I think that card's in the immediate future. I think we're going in that direction, where we're going to learn the lesson. These two cards go together. This is the past and what it is trying to teach us. Okay? And I think it's very important for us to admit that we are not at an absolute state of perfection right now. And that there's always something new for us to learn. We can always grow a little bit more. And whatever the lesson is from this Seven of Pentacles, I think is really going to translate into you changing the dynamic between you and the people that you're trying to lead, if that makes sense. So by kind of by turning it down just a little bit, by opening ourselves up, by remembering why we're doing this work, what this project is, what this work is for us, what it means to us, then we can temper this a little bit, this confidence, and we could be open to the idea that, yeah, I can still learn, I can still grow. There is more work for me to do internally in terms of honing my leadership skills, improving the way I interact with people, or my strategizing, or, these dynamics that we see with the Devil and the Emperor card, the way we're directing the energy of others, right? And beneath the surface with this Five of Wands, I definitely feel like you have a bit of a strong arm in this. Do you know what I mean? I think that you can sometimes be a, how do I say this? A bit of a forceful leader, right? A bit of a strict energy, right? And this could manifest as, being a little bit too coarse in our interactions, a little bit too demanding, too fiery, not soft enough, not yielding enough. And again, I think that can be tempered by this Two of Cups, remembering why we're doing this, remembering that we want everyone that is working with us, these people that we're leading, we want them all to succeed, right? There's a reason why you're working with these people. I don't think it's just like a random chance. I think these are the people that maybe you chose to work with, or that chose to work with you because of who you are and because of your confidence, your leadership, and your ideas. Whatever this is that you're building, this enterprise, they want to be a part of it. I think we've been maybe a little harsh with people. And I think that is another reason to take this Seven of Discs energy, this Seven of Discs moment, to temper some of this fire energy, allow it to humble us a little bit, open us up to new possibilities for growth. How can I get better at what I do? And remember why we're doing it. And in the immediate future, Mercury energy, this is a real fluidity. This is really an adaptability. It's not just this fiery ambition, seeing everything like a nail. You know what I mean? This is the ability to change our style, change our tactics, depending on what we're doing, who we're talking to, and what we're trying to lead them toward. So this is not changing your nature. This is not changing you or your style. This is saying that you need to adapt it to the right circumstances. You need to use the right style of your style, depending on the environment. And this, I think, is part of the message from this Knight of Swords. This information that wants to come in to advise you. It's kind of a message from spirit, from your conscience, higher self, higher soul. This is some information that's coming to you in these subtle ways, right? Through this seemingly negative event, this obstacle that we met with recently, I think 6 months or so, at the most. Through that event is a lot of information for you, a lot of useful data, and a way to temper some of this fire energy so that we can adapt it to the situation that we're in the moment. Now, these other people that you're dealing with, that you're trying to get everybody organized, get everybody working together, give everybody their direction so we can all kind of push this enterprise forward. Well, right now it seems a little bit of confusion and chaos and a lot of kind of unknown energy here. It's almost as if we need this leadership. We need you to step forward with this adjusted energy, right? This perhaps a more humility, a little bit more of a servant leadership kind of thing. In order to clear up this confusion, it could be that the people around you just aren't sure where they're going or what they're supposed to be doing, right? And it could really be that the leadership style that we've been talking about, we're a little too much of a heavy hand, has really created some doubt and confusion in your coworkers, subordinates, these other associates that we're talking about. And they're not quite sure what to make of this. So what they're looking for, what they're waiting for, is for you to emerge with a clarity that, and kind of a softness even. They're looking for you to emerge as the sun in this moon card, with this very clear direction, very balanced, very warm and inviting energy, right? Because this sun energy here, that's not just pure scorching kind of fire. This is a warmth, a generosity. This is a nurturing, a healing, a calm, confident leadership as well. And I think it's through the path of the dove here, being open to whatever lessons are available for us to learn through this 7 of Discs event. We're going to get some clarity. We're going to really get to the heart of the matter. And we're going to understand why it is that the people around us just don't seem like they're in the mood to be led, right? So this, I think, is coming to a clarity within yourself, coming to a more pure understanding of who you are and what your role is in this organization. It's not just to be, this kind of harsh leader, and not just to be the boss, right? But to be a leader. And I think there's a difference there. So this is really understanding the lessons that are being provided through this experience and learning how to apply them to your situation. Okay? So this is also people are going to listen to you, right? You come in with this good balanced, this solar energy rather than the fire energy. I wonder if this mystery card is going to be the Sun card. You enter with this solar energy rather than this fire energy, and people will listen to you. People will be drawn to your message and to your leadership, okay? And the next card that we see, thankfully, is this Four of Swords. Now, this is the resolution of doubts and conflicts. So whatever was going on with this moon energy, the doubt, the confusion, the uncertainty, all of that's going to be restored, resolved. There's going to be a balance there. Okay. And this card here is kind of the servant leadership. We see the Six of Swords. That's an even number. That's more of a passive, magnetic kind of card. A listening card. And we've got a Four of Swords. That's an even number. That's a listening card. So this is, again, a manifestation of this Mercury energy, this magician energy, where you're learning to adapt to the situation. You're learning when to have this fire energy, this outgoing leadership, and then when to calmly and confidently listen to what everyone is telling you, either directly or in more subtle, indirect ways. And so this, I think, is everybody then getting on the same page. This is everybody understanding their roles, their contribution, and what is expected of them. And then we're moving forward with that. And then finally, we've got a Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords now is an odd number. It's an active number. And this is, I think, a little bit of a balance to the balance that we're finding. Because we have these magnetic, these listening cards. But we do too much listening. Pretty soon everybody's going to have an opinion. Right? If you let them start asking questions, the questions will never stop. If you are doing nothing but listening, they're going to do nothing but talking at you, right? So we need to balance that as well. We can't go from fire to just pure water where we'll just do whatever you guys want. You have to then turn these even numbers into this active number, the 7. And this is you making the decision. And even though, yes, you're open to others' opinions, you're open to listen, it's going to be an exchange of information, a dialogue, you're not going to be swayed or convinced. Your plans, your intentions, your decisions are not going to be changed by everyone else's input, by their will. You know what I mean? Because I think that if people assume that you are that moldable, flexible, changeable, well, they're going to keep trying to change you. So it really is a balancing. It really is this equilibrium that we need. This could be the Art or Temperance card over here with that mystery card. Again, the Two of Cups. Remember why you're doing all of this. Let's go to the mystery card. I think Temperance or the Sun for the mystery card. But it could also benefit from being a 6 of anything. 6 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles would be fine right now. A 6 of Wands would be good too. Let's take a look here. Now we have an 8 of Swords. A lot of air energy here. A lot of air energy. We went from the 6 and the 4 to the 7, and then, whoa, back to an even number, back to an 8. I think that, honestly, I think my message may be being misinterpreted. I don't think I'm expressing myself very well today, and I apologize for that. I think that with all of this talk about this fire energy and maybe being too heavy-handed or too much of a boss, needing to turn it down a little bit, needing to remember the water, I think all of that maybe has given you the wrong impression. That to be a good leader, we need to listen to everybody else's input and influence and take everyone's opinion into consideration. Yes and no, right? We do, but we don't want to look as if we have no leadership, right? We don't want to appear as if we don't know what we're doing and we have no resolve, we have no will of our own. You have the Devil and the Emperor. I'm not saying to get rid of these cards. I'm saying to adapt and adjust the degree of these cards depending on the circumstances. We don't want to get to an 8 of Swords here, where now you are so busy taking audience from everyone around you, listening to everyone's ideas and opinions, that nothing gets done. This enterprise stalls out completely. Okay? So this is someone that is really hemmed in on all sides by the people that we're listening to, right? There has to come a point where you're done listening. You say, thank you, I hear you. This is my decision. Let's act. Okay? You still need the Devil and the Emperor. Okay? So the air energy here is such a fickle energy. I mean, you know the air. One way, the wind blows this way, that way. It's never in one place for very long. So it's hard to really get a grasp on this air energy because it is so chaotic. It's so unpredictable. But we don't want to get to this 8, that's for sure. So I think this was a good confirmation in the sense that it's trying to correct the mistakes that I've made in transmitting this message and this energy. Okay? I hope this came across in a reasonable way. We're going to do an extended now to see if we can get a little bit more clarity or simplification. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link right here. You can have access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly reading, Leo, on Dove and Serpent Tarot, and I thank you so much for letting me read for you.